So good morning. You are my first 2021 coffee conversation. I'm so excited. We're in January. We've rounded out 2020. Not quite done with it crazy, but we got a long way to go in the rest of the year. So my guest today is Asia Coffee, and Asia and I know each other because, as some of you know, it feels like a lifetime ago, I wanted to open a daycare. And, as things iterate, you kind of change. My vision and goal has changed for what I want to do when I grow up. But that first iteration was amazing. And she was an interior designer with Schmidt. And you held my hand through that whole process of how do we build out a space and what is the flow and all of these sorts of things that I never would have thought of. And you were just really fantastic. And we reconnected after that at a Hive event.
Yes,
where you were a host, where you provided the most delicious cake pops that my son stole all the ones. I never really got any, so I'm assuming that they were very good because you made at that time, a 5-year-old very happy.
Yes.
The other thing that Asia does, which is amazing, like I keep pausing because I'm thinking of it and it's so big in my brain, is you are also a cake decorator. You've also done cupcakes for my son's birthdays. But you just hit 10,000 subscribers, not like 10,000 views, like people that actually intentionally want to go see what you do and they want an alert about it. Holy cow. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so excited about your journey. I just love everything about it. So tell us how'd you get there? Like, how'd you get to what you're doing? And what would you say you do? Are you an interior designer that does this on the side, or is this kind of becoming?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Well, so first off, thank you very much for having me. I'm so happy to be here and be having morning coffee with you because this is actually my first cup of coffee this morning. So thank you for this. But yes, I am a commercial interior designer by profession. But I also do cake decorating. I'm a cake artist and I'm also a cake decorating instructor. So I got into cake decorating early 2011.
Okay.
And it was completely fortuitous how it happened because I was working then in an architecture firm, and my coworker who sat directly behind me, she had kind of dabbled in cake decorating, and I let her know, hey, my son's birthday is coming up, and I really want to kind of learn how to do a nicer cake for him. So she recommended that I visit a local cake shop, still in business, to pick up a couple items. And she said, hey, by the way, they do teach classes there. So ask them about it when you go in. So I go in to pick up some stuff for my son's cake and ask them about classes. And, you know, long story short, or fast forward to now, I'm now a cake decorating instructor because while I was in that class, like on the last day of class, the instructor actually leaned over to me and she was like, hey, you're pretty good at this. Have you thought about teaching? And at that time, I mean, it was my first time actually taking a class. And I was like, no, I'm just now
Like, you're
learning
crazy.
this.
What?
Yes. So she encouraged me to seek out a teaching position, and I had started teaching in 2012, and I've been pretty much teaching since then. Um, and so I do my cake decorating and my teaching evenings and weekends. I am still employed full time with Schmidt Associates. And so I'm still a commercial interior designer there, and I do enjoy that job. But what I love most about cake decorating is the almost instant gratification of, working with someone, putting together something, actually working on it and making it become real life. It all in a span of typically about a couple weeks tops.
Yeah.
Instead of, doing something and then maybe 3 years from now it'll show up.
Yeah.
It is a continuous process, but I really love and I completely fell in love with cake decorating. And so, as you mentioned, I had a YouTube channel that I actually filmed a video just kind of willy nilly, wanting to show people a certain technique sometime in 2011.
Okay.
And I had posted a YouTube video maybe like once a year for a couple years. And then it really dawned on me about 2.5 years ago that I had this amazing resource
Mhm.
and I was not using it. And what had happened is I was continuously getting subscribers. And I'm like, why do people keep subscribing to me? I'm not even putting content out, but they keep subscribing.
Yeah.
And so I got up to about 700 subscribers and I
Okay.
realized I need to be putting out content.
Give the people what they want.
Exactly. So I made a goal before Corona
Okay.
hit, any of that stuff. I made a goal 2020, I'm going full steam ahead. I'm putting out content, I'm putting it out continuously. I'm going to be consistent with it and I'm just going to do my best. And my goal was I needed to do something that was manageable.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to put out content every day. I know there are some creators who do that. Um, I have a full time job, I have a family, and I have other responsibilities. So I could not commit to putting out content every day. I
Yeah.
couldn't even put out content every week. So my goal was, so that I did not get burnt out, was to put out a video every other week. And so I managed to do that and stay on task throughout 2020. And so I did have like a 2 month period where I did an experiment and I did manage to put out content every week.
Okay.
And what I learned from that was it helped me to make better videos because I was
Yeah.
doing more of the videos. So yeah, it's been amazing. And I just hit 14,000 subscribers like yesterday. Yay!
That's so good. I mean,
Yes.
2020 definitely was the year. I mean, the perfect storm
Oh
of
yeah.
people that want content. I mean, if I'm on Instagram in the search, you know what I mean, in that random collage of
Uh-huh.
images and videos come up, he always picks cookie, cake, whatever
Hmm.
decorating as a 6 year old. I mean,
Yep.
just loves the video, which as a mom, I would rather him watch that than any unboxing videos.
Oh, yes, yes.
I love it. I love it. So we actually watched a few of yours. I made some tips and like, oh, I should make my own simple syrup. But anyway,
Yes.
you put out really, really great, like snackable content, which is
Yes.
my thing. Obviously, even with this, like I'm not putting out an hour-long
Uh-huh.
podcast. There's enough of those, but I want, the reason of Trace was so people could, in a snack size 20-ish minute way, learn something about women in the community doing really cool things like what you're doing.
Yes.
And you put out these videos that are like 6 minutes long. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? And that's perfect. Like I can take that, walking from, room to room mindlessly. Well, I'm
Yes.
home alone, home working from home, but it's really cool. And I really love what you're doing. So you've been consistent
Hmm.
and, obviously it exploded.
Yes.
How have you found, has there been any struggle with that? Has there been any, like, where have you had any hard times?
Yes. Yes. So, the funny thing is, so I've been consistent putting out content starting January 2020 and going straight on. Um, in March, I had a complete it was just a complete disaster because what happened was the computer that I had been using completely crashed.
Oh,
So the month of March, I kind of got off of my schedule because I did not have my computer. And so push came to shove, and I just went ahead and filmed the content and I
yeah.
edited. I edited with my phone and edited a video and uploaded a video with my phone because I was like, I have to get this video out.
Yeah.
I mean, putting out content every other week kind of puts a little bit more pressure on because it's like you're not every week like some creators. You're not every day like some
Right.
creators. So you have to show up. You have to show up for your community no matter what size the community
Right.
is. So I had a little bit of a hiccup and my video quality wasn't 100% what I wanted, but it was something. And I think it was good content um, for my subscribers or whoever would view my
Right.
video. So it was good enough. I felt okay about it.
Right.
The most important thing was I had something there and it was decent quality. So I did have that little bit of snafu, but in general, a couple of the things that I struggle with is balance. obviously, I have
What's
my
that?
yes, man, balance is just it's nuts.
Yeah.
I have my full-time job, which I try my best, and it's kind of even a more difficult challenge because I'm working from home
Oh, preach
and
it.
I'm doing my work. I'm getting my
Yep.
work done. But there's the temptation because I'm working here on just my one screen. Okay, well let me go over and check my analytics, or let me check this, or what's going on Facebook, or let me see who posted something on Instagram that I can like and say, wow, that's an amazing cupcake. Um, there's a little bit of temptation. So from time to time I struggle with balance. Um, I have 4 boys at home, and my youngest is 2. He just turned 2 last month. And I have to kind of work around him
Yeah.
more so on the weekends because he's here like all weekend. There's no daycare on the
Yeah.
weekend. Um, and so I have to do a lot of filming and things around his schedule. So, like, especially if I'm going to be on screen,
Right.
it has to be whenever he's down. I have to be ready to go as soon as he goes down for his nap, like face
So
all done and all of that.
I love that. So how long does it take you? You know, because your videos, I mean, there are some that are longer, obviously, but say we say a 6-minute video. For the
Yes.
most part, how long does that take? Like, what is that process? And you don't have to get crazy in the weeds, but like,
Uh-huh.
does it take you 2 hours to make a 6-minute video? Like, how does that work?
Yes. So I would say on average, and I would say my average video is about 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So I would say total, it would take me about an hour and a half
Okay.
to film. And then editing, which takes the longest amount of time. And then there's some tricks to it. So if I'm doing a talking head video, which I don't have very many talking head videos on my
Mhm.
channel, those take less time to edit because I don't have to put a voiceover over it.
Okay.
But if I have to edit together something and then record the voiceover, which I record my voiceovers in my closet upstairs in my bedroom, usually at like 10 o'clock at night when everybody's asleep. Um, but when I put the voiceover
Yeah.
on, in total, I would say it probably takes me about 4 hours,
Okay.
4 to 5 hours to get a 6-minute video. And when I put all the footage in, it's
Yeah.
typically like 45 minutes long, and then I whittle it down and I
Yeah.
keep taking out more and more and more, just making it leaner and leaner and leaner
Yeah.
to make it digestible for people so
Yeah.
they can
They're
feel
really
like,
good.
yeah, feel like the information's attainable. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's so good. And then they're really smartly done. Um, if they're really good, everyone should check them out. I mean,
Yes.
we will link to the whole thing. So what has been, I mean, I would assume that hitting 10,000 subscribers is a delight, obviously. What else has been, has that been the highlight? I mean, what would you say has been your delight? And we can still say 2020. I mean, we're only
Yes. What,
not
13
even two
days
weeks in.
So yes, as far as YouTube goes, the biggest delight was hitting 10,000 subscribers. Honestly, my goal was to only hit 1,000 subscribers last year. That's all I wanted. I did not expect to be monetized. I did not expect to hit 10,000. I didn't even expect to hit 5,000.
It's so
But I had
good.
I had 2 videos that went viral. Well, I
Okay.
would call it viral on my channel, and surprisingly, one of the videos was, I think, the very first one that I did in January 2020, and it didn't pick up traction until October.
Yeah.
October was like a major month for me because the 2 videos went viral at the same time, and they've gotten me like thousands of
It's
subscribers.
amazing.
So
Oh,
yeah, you just never
good.
know.
Yeah.
Yep,
It's just
yep.
sticking with it. Just keep going.
Yes, it
I
is
love it
really
so much.
delightful, and it's really delightful also because, YouTube is worldwide. So
Yeah.
I have a lot of people like worldwide who watch the videos. They comment and they say, "Oh, thank you, this is great." And then also on the channel, they make suggestions too, or recommendations, or ask questions. It's really interesting to see how other people do cake decorating or
Yeah.
icing in their countries. So I'm learning a lot too from my audience that is worldwide.
I mean, you're building a community. It's
Oh
so
yeah.
cool. It's so good. Okay, so I mean, now that you've now said worldwide, so that's big. But what can the community, yours, ours,
Uh-huh.
Indianapolis, bigger, like what do you need? I mean, what's your next steps? Where do you want to go? What can the community do to help?
Yes. So I think I'm setting a goal, and it's a pretty lofty goal, but hey, I mean, if I wanted 1,000 in 2020 and I got 10,000, hey, why not?
Yeah,
So I would love, in terms of my YouTube channel, of getting the silver play button, and that's a big
that's
deal
a thing.
for a lot of creators. The silver play button means that you have 100,000 subscribers. And when you are learning about YouTube, one of the things that you learn from the people who are called the YouTube gurus is that you want to have people who are watching and subscribing who are really, really into what it is that you do.
Okay.
So if there are people in the community worldwide, community US, community Indiana, community Indianapolis,
Yeah,
or anywhere who love cake decorating, please check
yeah,
me out. If you have a friend who loves cake decorating,
yeah,
please share my channel, my website, any of my social media. If you have like a grandparent or an aunt, uncle, whoever,
yeah,
niece, nephew, the children love it. All of my videos are appropriate for children. There's nothing crazy in there. Completely appropriate for children. And there are a lot of kids who want to
yeah,
learn right now, especially with the kids baking championships and British baking shows
yep.
and Buddy versus Duff. The kids are really getting into it. So all of my content is very easy and very digestible and easy to follow for kids too. So just
I love it.
share, like,
I was
yes,
I was just writing those notes. I was like, we are gonna get her there. We've got to share it. I love that. So you need 100,000 subscribers
yes,
to get the silver play button.
yes, yes,
We
and
got this. We got this.
yes, I would love to do that this year. That would be awesome. That would be
It's so
awesome.
good.
But
What a cool goal. I mean, what a great, great, cool goal. So, I mean, so that said, so when you're done, right, at the end of the road, however that goes, and you look back at, the legacy that you've left, what do you want that to look like? What do you want that trace to be?
I think that most importantly, because I am teaching
Yeah.
someone something, I think that sharing my journey and letting people know, hey, I do have this other career that I went to school for. I did my internship, I have a job, but I found this passion. And
Yeah.
I didn't just let that passion die because I had a career that was demanding, or anything else that may have been going on. Because I love it and it's my passion, I am pursuing it. So I think the main takeaway or leave behind that I would
Yeah.
want people to know is, hey, I mean, if you want it, if you love it, do it, go after it, in any way you can. Start small. If there's something that you even think you may just have a little inkling, think you may want to do, or something that makes you feel good inside.
Yeah.
Even when I make cakes for my kids, or I make cakes or cupcakes or cake pops for anybody, and they're like, wow, this is really good, or those cookies were great. I mean, putting a smile on people's faces, but ultimately doing it for myself,
Yeah.
because I love it. And I just want to encourage people to go for their passion and do the things that makes their heart sing.
Oh,
So I think
that's so good.
that's the biggest trace.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, Asia, I mean, the entire last 3 minutes is going to be all of your pull
Yeah.
quotes that we're gonna share, because there's, I mean, it is true. I love, and that was one of the reasons I really wanted to talk to you is, obviously we met professionally, but you are really embodying and truly going after a passion project. And I don't know many women who are doing that. I mean, there's lots of women that are like going after work, right?
Mhm.
And goals on that professional side, which is still amazing, right? But I don't know many women and that are really doing passion projects, and you're freaking doing it well. Like, it's so good. And it's just inspiring. And it's the reason I wanted you to come on and have coffee with me and share that story. Because it just, I mean, it really fills me up. Like, I get so excited thinking about what you're doing and your journey and how you're building this community. and you're doing it with something that you genuinely love. So I hope women get that takeaway from this conversation, when we share it, when I do my editing, which is also my least favorite thing, and hear that journey and really what you're going and that passion behind it. And I'm so grateful for you taking, 30-ish minutes out of your morning just to have coffee with me, and really to share, where you've started and how it's exploded and how you're really getting it out there. I'm just so grateful and so excited. And thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. This has been fun.
Good. I hope so. All right. I will see ya. Thanks, everybody. Bye.